Okay, in this video, I'm going to go over how to change a fraction into decimal using long division. So the first thing you need you to remember is that the numerator goes on the inside. The numerator goes on the inside of the division symbol. So we're going to try to see how many times 8 fits into 7, and it doesn't. So I put a 0 there, and I bring my decimal point over, and I need to keep adding zeros until I find my answer. So how many times is 8 going to 70? Well, sometimes before I start these problems, I start listing the multiples of the divisor so that I don't have to think about the multiplication facts on the top of my head when I'm doing the problem. So let's see, how many times does 8 fit into 70? 8 times, because 8 times 8 is 64. I subtract, I get a 6, I bring down another 0. How many times does 8 go into 60? 7 times. 7 times 8 is 56. Subtract, I get a 4, I bring down a 0. How many times does 8 go into 40? 5 times exactly. And since I have a 0 here, my problem is over. So 0.875 is the equivalent decimal to 7/8. Okay, let's do another example. Remember, the numerator goes on the inside. So 6 would go on the inside, 11 would go on the outside. 11 does not fit into 6, so I know I have to bring a decimal point up and add zeros until I find my answer. All right, I know that 11 times 1 is 11, 11 times 2 is 22, 11 times 3 is 33, 11 times 4 is 44, 11 times 5 is 55. Sometimes by listing the multiples, it helps you solve the problem. 11 times 6 is 66. So how many times does 11 fit into 60? 5 times. 5 times 11 is 55. I subtract, I get 5, I bring down the 0. How many times does 11 fit into 50? 4 times. 4 times 11 is 44. I subtract, I get a 6, I bring down my next 0. How many times does 11 go into 60? 5 times. 5 times 11 is 55. I subtract, I get a 5, I bring down my 0. How many times does 11 go into 50? 4 times. I subtract, I get a 6, and you guys probably are noticing that this is a repeating decimal. So my answer is going to be 0.54, and since the 5 and the 4 are repeating, my repeating bar goes over both of those numbers. All right, please see me if you have any questions.